gentlemen, we are back. It is September 24th. It is approximately, what time is it? 8:44 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we are hitting you with the NFL Week 3 recap. I am George Carmona. Today, I am being joined via engineer by Cameron Witowitz.
Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh.
You're not Scott Matthews.
I'm not Scott Matthews. I knew I was going to do that. I'm Cameron.
Hi,
everybody.
Yep.
You can follow me on Instagram at CameronLee97.
Boom. Cameron, the one thing that I realized before we got everything going here is because we've been tallying up and we've been tracking our bets, but I think today we did such a bad job betting. And that's how we close off the show. We go through every single game, starting off with the Sunday morning games. I have to jog my memory on who played on Thursday night. I feel like never mind. We will talk about the Thursday night game as well. We were watching it at Big Dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a massacre. Sometimes you just forget massacres. You know, it's better to put that stuff aside. We will touch on that game, but typically we've been going all the way at the end of the show. We go over our sports betting records for that week. But going into week 3, we're almost approaching a quarter of football completed. I think we do a detailed report, you and me, and we just show the world that, like, hey, you're bad at betting, we're bad at betting, we're bad together, but like let's establish like a community of, hey, you know, whenever we do hit big, I want the same people that have been sucking with us to appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because I'll do the same for them. Big wins are always appreciated. And I think if we show our losses, it just makes the wins even better. So we're going to skip that portion of the show at the end. Okay. So if you're expecting just skip on through all the way to the end just to see how we did this weekend, no need. We're going to do a clip about that, Cameron. A nice little report close to the end of the first quarter report. But let's start off with the Thursday night football game. This was a game that was an absolute rout. We, before the season, had discussed possibly going to this game, and I'm glad we didn't. As soon as I saw the way that the Giants were unable to move the ball in that 49ers defense, and it's not an easy task to move the ball on the 49ers defense by any means, but the Giants it's such a piss poor job. When you don't have Saquon Barkley and you're relying on Danny Dimes to do absolutely everything for you, I think it shows. We had talked about this the week previous with the Vikings only running the ball 9 times. The Giants definitely ran the ball more than allotted 9 times to give you a chance to win. But they had no fucking shot. Danny Dimes was under pressure all night. And that San Francisco offense, when it's humming, it's not the Dolphins humming, but it's humming. And that's all I want to talk about for that game. Like, there was really nothing else that stood out. Was there any first touchdown bets or anything that you hit?
No,
we were on the right side.
The over in that game.
You had the over.
I had the over. It was 43. Over was 43. They scored 42 points. It was 43 and a half.
One of those.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is in the bag.
This is one of the ones where I had told you, I was like, Cameron, you have to stop doing this because I appreciate you getting into sports betting. I definitely think it's something that is fun for us both to do. But one of the things that you do that drives me through the roof is when you are like hopeful in a game that definitely there's no way in hell another point's going to be scored.
Oh, okay. But they had, I think, 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and it was 42. You don't think someone can score a field goal, something?
Well, here's the thing: one team is done scoring. Like the 49ers did not need to score again. I know this is the part that's tough to explain.
See, this also goes back to my argument that I've been having the past couple of weeks, where no knees. Everyone plays to the last. No taking a knee. We're playing to the last second. That's it. We're trying to score points.
I get it.
Points.
I get that you're trying to score points. I get that taking a knee may infuriate you.
Stupid.
But it's like chess.
Play football. No.
It's like chess. You just don't want your opponent to have any time left, Cameron. Like that's simple, all right? And you are like cheering for these games, and I'm like, okay, first off, the Giants couldn't move the ball all night. So I was like, if you're expecting the Giants, first off, then with that much time left, and they were down by multiple possessions at that point in time, they're not going to kick a field goal. They're going to fucking try to score a touchdown.
Well, the other game the other week where
that was a different. See, okay, Cameron, let me take you to football 101. All right, the reason why Sean McVay did that is because that is the standard protocol for that time. All right, because George bet on that game on the right side. That's the standard protocol that always needs to be met. Period. Point blank. But okay, well, I'll get better at like helping you because it's not that you're wrong. It's just
can't be hopeful that
you're way too optimistic. Okay, we cannot. We need to lower our levels of optimism on whether or not people are going to hit the overs when, in fact, there was no need to score on either side. That game, if the Giants could have quit at halftime, like multiple times the Giants have had this season, they should have quit at halftime. It's okay. I would hold no shame to them for doing that. Like, I mean, hey, some people just quit. Some people are just quitters, especially Giants fans. So the first morning game that I want to cover, okay, is the most important out of all the games, in my opinion. All right. And this was the Colts versus the Ravens. All right. The final score in this one was the Colts defeated the Ravens 22-19. The Ravens should have ended this game in regulation. Oh my God. And I'm hitting the Ravens hard this year because I think they have what it takes on both sides of the ball to remain competitive throughout the entire season. And if they are healthy with their dogs at the end, just like any team, they could compete for a Super Bowl. But they need to make the fucking smart plays. And let me highlight the biggest play of the game, okay? For a majority of the game, Ravens had the game in the bag. This is one of those weeks where the witching hour was truly the fucking witching hour. I had 3 games, like, without a doubt, I was like, locks. Like, there's no way. And this is where I just need to stop fucking saying shit like that because witching hour, boom, Chris Hansen gets us hyped up. Shh, everything changed. This game, the Ravens had the lead the entire game. The Colts take a safety with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. This safety put the Ravens ahead by 3 points now. Okay, they had a lead by 1. They get a safety. Then they got the lead by 3 points. It was amazing, right? So now the Colts have to punt it. The Colts punt it for the after the safety punt. Devin Duvernay fair catches this punt. And if he would have just ran the ball for 3 seconds, all the Colts had coming back out of that 2-minute warning, which would have been the 2-minute warning, was 1 timeout. Meaning 80 seconds of 160 seconds can be eaten up because they only have 1 timeout. But Devin Duvernay fair catches it. Then the Baltimore Ravens proceeded to have a possession, Cameron, of 15 seconds.
Oh.
They had the 3 seconds, right? Because they did a little run play, 2-minute warning. Then they had another little run play. The Colts called their timeout. So now only like fucking, I would say 8 seconds has elapsed. Then the Ravens run a pass play. The pass play gets broken up. They punt the ball. 15 seconds they had the ball. They had the lead with 2 minutes and 3 seconds. And the Colts only had 1 timeout. But this is such a critical mistake. And I hope that it's highlighted heavily because this game did not need to go into overtime. And overtime and everything that was around that, Lamar Jackson looked absolutely atrocious in the pocket today. He did not look safe. Not safe. He did not look comfortable throwing the ball. This game did not need to get there. Devin Duvernay, you cost the Ravens a win There's only 3 to 4 plays every week, ladies and gentlemen, in every NFL game that are true deciding factors, minus some, like the Dolphins game today. That's outlier, anomaly, doesn't happen too often. Most games, there's 3 to 4 plays a game that change the course of everything. That span, that was back-to-back plays. Safety was a huge play, and then, boom. Because if they didn't get a safety, okay, and they punt it, the Ravens are already in field goal range damn near. I mean, it's crazy to me. It blew my mind as it happened, and the announcers didn't spend long enough time talking about it because that literally would have ended the game. Enough said. Was there anything else from this game, Cameron, that any stats?
Yes. So Lamar Jackson has had 13 games with 100 or more, rushing yards, and only 2 of them have been losses.
This was one of them.
This was one of them. Yep.
This was one of them.
This was one of them. Dang. He was one of the money lines that I picked, or the Ravens were one of the money lines that I picked that it was a big spread. Didn't hit.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. But there's also another running back that popped off in that one. Do you want to hit that little stat blast too?
Oh, yeah. So Zach Moss, he had the best game of his career.
Zach Moss for the Colts.
30 carries, 122 yards.
A career-long backup, damn near. Never got, I think his most carries, aside from this game, was like 21 carries. He was a workhorse in controlling this game and, giving the Colts any semblance of life. They definitely looked, a bit lost today with Gardner Minshew. There wasn't that many big plays, but Zach Moss held him steady. That's give that man an ice bath. Give him a Joe Rogan or a 10X ice bath, red light therapy, massage day the next day. I can't imagine getting 30 carries in a fucking NFL game. Like, that is so many. So shouts out to him.
Good for him.
Because every player like kind of has that moment, or one game that they want to like have be their standout game. Glad he was able to make this one that. Next game we're going to cover. Patriots versus the Jets. Patriots defeat the Jets 15-10. In this game, what I was able to compile just based off of, my red zone analysis, I'll do a quick little shout out to the NFL for absolutely fucking us on the morning slate. How do you have 9 games playing at the same time? Like,
a lot of games.
Oh,
a lot of games.
That's so many games.
They should do like, I don't know. Maybe like 4 10 o'clock games, a couple of 1 o'clock games, a couple of 3 o'clock games, maybe a couple of 6 o'clock games. You just spread it all throughout the day,
As opposed to just 3 time slots?
Instead of 8 morning games, 4 afternoon games, one evening game. Split it up.
I get you. That's what I mean, like, because how am I supposed to give an accurate analysis when I'm not watching?
No one can watch 9 football games at the same time.
No one can. That's why we're able just to spit bullshit here, okay? So there was a couple of big things that I noticed from this. One, the Patriots lack a killer instinct. For the love of Christ, when the fucking Jets are going consecutive punt, just nonstop 3 and outs. I think we had the 3 and out stat there. I'm going to hit this one. The Jets had 9 3 and outs in this game. Meaning, okay, the Patriots had the ball for an extremely long time. For them to only put up 15 points just goes to show they don't really have the deep threat killer instinct. They're definitely just content with pounding the rock and controlling the clock. It's not pretty. They're reminding me of like really ugly football, just period, point blank. Because the Jets don't provide anything sexy either. I mean, Garrett Wilson is struggling to not only get open, but just to deal with fucking Zach Wilson. Like, he thought he was about to have a Hall of Famer dishing him the rock. He was about to go on and be offensive rookie of the offensive player of the year. It was a possibility. Those numbers were way too low in the sports book for what has panned out here. But there was another stat from this one.
Yeah, so the Patriots have beat the Jets 15 times in a row.
15.
This is their 15th.
That's
not good for the Jets. Good for the Patriots.
But there's some teams, and we saw another one, and we're going to cover that they just got the number. They just got their number. It doesn't matter. They can fucking play any time of the week. There's just some teams and schemes. I think Bill Belichick, he owns a lot of people's asses. All right. The Jets just happen to be the number one ass that they own. Okay. We're looking at a sugar daddy situation. The Jets are the attractive female girl, right? They got all the cool players, they're trending on Twitter, Aaron Rodgers, and all this stuff. But the Patriots are what funds that ass. The Patriots are like, here's a PS5. Here's a PS5, Jets. Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to fuck you over and over and over again. Boom. Funny inside joke for the people that work there at Sticky Paws, if that gets heard by them. Now, on to the next game. And this is a tough one for me to talk about, Cameron, so I'm just going to keep it brief. Okay. The Packers defeated the Saints 18-17. The Saints had the lead in the fourth quarter, 17-0. I know Derek Carr got hurt. Okay. Slammed his shoulder on the ground. It looked nasty. Whatever. I don't know. It kind of looked like a bitch-ass injury. It's tough. I know he got slammed. But I'm like, God damn it. Okay, so here's the first one. If Alvin Kamara doesn't beat the fuck out of somebody outside of a Las Vegas club to get a 3-game suspension, the Saints are 3-0. That's point number one, okay? If he could have fucking restrained himself and he did not get suspended and he was to play, he would have dominated, and we would have fucking clapped the Packers' asses even harder than we did, because we did already we were clapping the cheeks a little bit. We were. Jordan Love wasn't doing shit. A.J. Dillon wasn't doing shit. The Packers were practically non-existent until Derek Carr gets hurt. We bring in Jameis Winston, and I love Jameis. I talk so highly of this young man, okay? Because he has a dope Instagram. You could tell he's the ultimate team guy, although he's in the backup role. Okay. Last year when we were playing Taysom Hill at quarterback, mixed in with Andy Dalton, and Jameis had to sit out because he was hurt, right? And Jameis then came back, but he still didn't get the playing time. When Jameis came in today, I can't help but to think that, one, he's just not ready. Like, he's like a hype up guy, but he just didn't seem like he had that killer, like, I know I said killer instinct earlier. He just looked like, holy fucking shit. Of course this happens. Now I can't be the fun sideline guy. I actually have to back up all my hype. And he's got the fucking capability to do it. And I'm excited for him to then, he's probably going to lead the Saints the remainder of the year. I'm very hopeful. But we got to fucking cut it out with Taysom Hill coming in at quarterback. This is killing our offensive's productivity, and let me tell you why. Taysom Hill's good. But when he's good and we need to get Jameis Winston cooking, I don't need Taysom Hill to break it off for 14 yards and make me think that we should be having fucking Taysom Hill in throwing the rock too. So, we need to get rid of Taysom Hill. He's too good. Or we just got to tell him, no more wildcat shit. Let's put you at tight end. Let's hand you the ball off. That's fine. But when he's at quarterback and he came in, and the reason why I'm going so fucking heavy on this is because there was a moment in time in which the Saints put in Taysom Hill and he broke it for like a big run in the fourth quarter. Once it was a 14-yard run. Once Derek Carr was hurt and Jameis Winston was in. All right. That's not the time, okay? We need to just keep Jameis Winston throwing the ball, loosening up. He had only been in the game for like a possession, I believe. And then they come with this fucking razzle-dazzle shit. And the shitty thing is it works, but sometimes your offense doesn't need that type of like productivity. Your offense needs to get your quarterback loose, ready to go. I know this is the thing. I'm sounding like a fucking loser right now, Cameron. I'm sounding like a fucking loser. I'm sounding like I know the answers. I'm sounding like I think Taysom Hill's a problem. Here's the thing. We can't give up fucking 18 points in the fourth quarter. They fucking pounded it down our throat. It was gross. That's like grape. That is definitely like grape what the fucking Packers did to the Saints. Okay. Cameron, hit me with stats on this one. Hit me with stats.
This comeback from the Packers was the 7th largest in NFL history, 18 points. Ooh, not a good stat for you. I'm sorry, but that's good. That's good.
And then what else? What else? How long were they shoving their fucking cocks down our throat?
This is funny. This made me laugh when I read your stat. 5 minutes and 40 seconds. That's all it took. That's all it took for them to win. When it mattered most, you know.
All the fucking Packers players doing this shit after touchdown. Love. Jordan Love. Oh, this fuck love. What's love got to do with it? What's love? All right.
Next week.
There is next week. This is a game you got to win. This is a game you got to win. You look back on this one. Whenever you look at the fucking schedule, it's either one, a wake-up call, and it's going to ignite a fucking spark into you guys to be really, really successful, or this is just who we are. This is just who we are.
Losers.
If Alvin Kamara, I swear to God, didn't beat the fuck out of some dude, and he was playing...
Is that what he did? When did he do that?
He, after last season, like in December or something.
Can't do that.
You can't.
Can't.
He doesn't get suspended. We were 3-0. We're 3-0. I'm a thorough believer in that. Okay, next one. Chargers defeat the Vikings 28-24. The battle of the 0-2. Okay, Cameron, you have an interesting stat about teams that start off 0-3. Hit me with it.
Yes, since 1979, there's only been 6 teams that have come back from an 0-3 deficit to make the playoffs.
That is a long shot.
Yeah.
If you are 0-3, you are most likely gonna just start looking at tanking.
Who's all 0-3 now? It's Vikings, Chargers.
No. Chargers won.
Oh,
yeah, Vikings.
There's another team I was just looking.
Vikings.
Panthers.
And the Panthers.
Yeah.
And I had actually predicted this a long time ago about the Panthers, but we'll get to them in the afternoon slate. What I was going to say, though, in this game, the clock management, piss poor. Everybody's going to be talking about it. I'm going to talk about it right now. The Vikings had no timeouts. Okay, they had to use their last timeout. They had a situation on that last drive. We're just going to fucking fast forward to the last drive here because this game was just a duke-it-out slugfest until the Chargers had to give the ball back because that's typically what they do at the end of the game. Boom. Kirk Cousins has the ball, 2-minute drill, driving. They have Justin Jefferson get hurt and then TJ Hawkinson get hurt back-to-back plays, which causes them to use their timeouts, which... it's kind of crappy, you know what I mean? But here's the thing. Both of those motherfuckers came in and were playing on that last couple of plays. So they used 2 timeouts for injuries when you can have those players just get off the field. You know what I mean? Like Justin Jefferson has to sit out for a play anyways. TJ Hawkinson still has to sit out for a play anyways. Is that what we're going to do like for a timeout? Like, I don't know. Get their ass off to the sideline. If they're hurt, they're hurt. If not, whatever. If you're utilizing it for a timeout, then that's just what it was. No timeouts, okay? There was no timeouts. It was a 4th down pass that Kirk Cousins made to one of the receivers. They were able to get it within the 10-yard line with 33 seconds left. No timeouts, mind you. This is just piss poor clock management. You see Kirk Cousins running up. He fucking doesn't spike the ball, which in that point in time too, they're down by 4, okay? If there's 30 seconds left and I don't have a timeout, let me spike the ball immediately. There should have been no hesitation. No hesitation whatsoever because, listen, if you want 4 attempts to score a touchdown, then everybody should have known the play. Kirk Cousins is battling with the Viking Stadium, which, by the way, Minnesota Vikings fans, know when to shut your fucking mouths, okay? There's 30 seconds left. I know you're excited. You got a first down. Woo! It's got to go immediate silence. Kirk Cousins is like, yellow place. He's like, all right, yeah. We're running this one. Get out there. And meanwhile, the time is just depleting rapidly. They didn't get a snap off till about 15 seconds. And then it was a shit play because nobody could hear because all the Minnesota Vikings fans were like, oh my God, yeah. Oh yeah, we're in the red zone. Yeah, let's go. And Kirk Cousins like, run this play. He's fucking struggling. You know what I mean? And then they throw the pass. Kirk Cousins, pass, tip, intercepted. Chargers win. Chargers' only way to win this year is if other teams beat themselves. The Vikings should have won that game without a doubt. Okay? And I hope Kevin O'Connell, goes home tonight and just fucking draws up the perfect, okay, guys, this is the perfect spike formation. We're going to get into this every time that we need to have at least 3 attempts to score a touchdown, not one lackluster attempt to lose a game. Or else you guys are going to go 0-16 with arguably the best receiver in the league. When Justin Jefferson got hurt and he's on my fantasy team, I was like, oh no. And then he came back in 2 plays later. I was like, this motherfucker's fine. Like, goddamn, dude. Like, you scared the living shit out of millions. Like, you can't be doing that, JJ. Can't be doing. They were chanting, JJ. Oh, Minnesota fans. Know when to cheer and know when to stay quiet. Stay quiet after a big play. Yeah, it's tough. Tough look for them. Stat for this game, Cameron.
Oh, let's see. Oh, it was the 1979. 6 teams.
6 teams, you're right.
We'll see. We'll see if the Vikings can be another one. Oh.
Should we put a Vikings make the playoffs bet in?
Tempting.
I don't know.
How many games do you have to win to make the playoffs? Or it depends on your...
Depends on the division. Yeah. You got to
If you have a really shitty division, you can...
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, there's some times where it's like teams in other divisions are like insanely good and there's one like shitty division that like gets one person snuck in there because they have to. You win your division, you make the playoffs. On to the next game, okay? These are the games that, absolutely shocked everybody. This one being the biggest shocker. No, not the biggest shocker.
Shocked me.
Definitely shocked you. Texans defeat the Jaguars 37-17. This one is just one of those ones where you kind of just have to dig into the history, right? Because like we said earlier, the Patriots have the Jets numbers. The Texans most definitely have the Jaguars numbers. There's one stat from this that I had pulled. The Texans currently lead the season series between the two 29-14. So well over 500. The Texans dominate the Jaguars. And this was in Duval County. Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is 1-4 versus the Texans in his career. And the Texans in his career have been a really, 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 really bad football team. Not a good look for Trevor Lawrence. Not a good look for the Jaguars. Duval County. There was one party that happened, okay, in South Beach. Okay, Jacksonville, there was no fiesta. All right. CJ Stroud had a day. Popped off. First time that, he kind of got his name, put on. And, his teammates were really excited for him. You'll love to see when a young kid is succeeding, the way he like bonds with his teammates, he looks like he has an excellent relationship with his receivers. I think this team's going to be one to watch out for moving forward because the Jaguars still are a really, really good team, except when it comes to playing the Texans. Was there a stat I missed on this one?
Those are the ones. Oh, just the Trevor Lawrence against the Texans, his touchdown or his interception to touchdown ratio is 2-1. It's not a winning ratio for a football game.
Yeah. He's sometimes people just overlook teams. Texans are easy to overlook. Cardinals are easy to overlook. And this week kind of was all right, listen, there is parity in the league, but this is truly the type of team that we are. And I think every team kind of showed, if this week was indicative of what the whole season's going to be, I mean, obviously I'm going to be super sad. I mean, the fucking Saints are like, if this is what's going to happen all year, I'm not going to say it because then YouTube will ban me. But fill in the blank. I'm going to myself. Okay. I'm going to myself. So, on to the next game. The next game being the Lions defeating the Falcons 20-6. Shocker, right? No, actually, not a shocker. The Falcons, they're a team that, unless Bijan Mustard Robinson is going off, there's really no hope for them. I'm going to be so 100% honest. He had 10 carries for 33 yards today. Absolutely stuffed up by that Lions team. Cameron, you look like you're about to say something.
Oh, well, it was funny how you said stuffed up.
Stuffed. Oh, okay, quickly. There was a lot of things that were said this weekend by NFL announcers. One of them made Cameron laugh. Cameron, what was the funniest thing that was said this weekend?
It was the gaping holes. He said there's gaping holes on that side. It was just funny. It's funny to use those two words next to each other.
I like using pounding, like just pounding. We actually made an oral sex reference earlier. It's just so easy. These sex references,
Yeah, with a lot of things they say.
They're just pounding
Stuffed
it
up,
down their
that would
throat.
be one.
Pounding it down their throat is something I would say on national television and then quickly become like a meme.
They're just getting pounded from behind. Something like that. Like, I feel that's something that's said.
That is true. That is a good one. So the Lions did a lot of pounding.
They did.
The tight end specifically.
Yes, one who I've never really heard of before, Sam Laporta. He's had the most catches by a tight end through 3 games in NFL history. 18.
Who's the previous guy?
Keith Jackson in 1988. Wow. So it's been a while. But maybe if he's still available, maybe I'll pick him up. I don't have another tight end, so I doubt
I doubt that he's not already picked up. He's probably like somebody that's I've been piss poor on the waiver wires for fantasy. I got to look into it this week. There's one player, though, that I keep talking about on the Lions that I'm going to continue to talk about because he is the best receiver in the league. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 9 catches, 102 yards. You can fucking sign up all year long to Amon-Ra St. Brown hitting his over, okay? Because unless they set his over to 110.5, all right, that one I would be a little like, okay? But anything that's below 100, you can fucking pencil in Amon-Ra St. Brown over that reception mark the remainder of the year. Don't even hesitate. Just start looking for it as soon as it comes out. Amon-Ra St. Brown over receiving yards. Whatever it is. Maybe not receptions. Definitely receiving yards. That's all you need to know. That's all you need. I will literally, our kid will be strapped in a high chair. Amon-Ra St. Brown highlights. That's it. That's all they will watch. Now, you like how I use they, there? Good pronoun check. Just in case they're unsure, The next one. Ass whooping alert. Bills defeat the Commanders 37-3. This, I would like to think is like the Magic Johnson effect. Okay, they had a nice little shot of Magic Johnson coming into the stadium. Magic Johnson comes in, team plays bad. Team plays like they have what? AIDS. AIDS burger in paradise.
So
AIDS burger and it feels right. Yeah. Josh Allen he still just throws up passes to me. Sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, dude, what are you doing? Like, they were winning. They were dominating. And Josh Allen was like, I'm bored. Let me just throw the ball as far as I fucking can. And he threw it into double coverage. It was easily intercepted. And you're just like, Josh Allen, what are you doing? What are you doing?
He's trying to get points.
He's just constant gunslinger.
That's my quarterback.
We always talk about it. Gunslinger. Josh Allen, gunslinger to the fucking max. There's been a lot of talks about that's a Carson Wentz type play. Carson Wentz being a quarterback that's sporadic, doing random shit. Josh Allen is now him. All right. Josh Allen is Carson Wentz as far as decision making goes sometimes. It's wild. It's sporadic. You just never know where he's going to go with this. Do we have anything? I'll hit it this one. Most sacks for Buffalo, 9 since 2011, where they had 10 against the Commanders as well.
Wow.
So they fucking are all over that Commanders' ass. 9 sacks. Poor Sam Howell. That's a rough day at the office. Get him an ice bath, but make sure Magic's not around. Next game, Browns defeat the Titans 27-3. This is one of the games when I saw it in the morning slate, I was like, 38.5 was the over-under. I was like, truthfully, my thought process was, Ryan Tannehill can't play that bad, right? No, the Titans offense is so fucking bad. It's so bad. Like Derrick Henry, who I thought going into this year, and here's the thing. I'm in a position right now where I could use Derrick Henry as trade bait. I don't think I'm willing to admit that Derrick Henry will have an amazing second half of the year. I'm willing to admit that. However, I need him to be good now. And you know what? If I can trade somebody away and get somebody good, I'll do that. The Titans, every player on the Titans team, if you have them in fantasy, trade them immediately. This offense is fucking horrible. So bad. All I needed was 8 more points. I needed them to score a touchdown for me to at least miss the over-under by a point. They couldn't even do that. The Browns weren't even challenged all game. Deshaun Watson, look good. That's it. That's all I had for this game. Do you have a stat?
Yes, I got a couple. So the Titans, they only had 6 first downs.
Jesus.
94 yards total.
Oh my God.
Yes, and the Browns had 23 first downs for 341 yards. Big difference.
There was a lot of gaping holes there.
Yes. And then DeAndre Hopkins, he's caught a pass in every single game he's had, every single game he's played in, which has been 148.
I know. That's a good
longest current streak in the league.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a super dope stat.
It's crazy. That's a lot.
Can Ryan Tannehill keep it alive? I think he'll kill it. I think he's that bad. I think Ryan Tannehill can fuck that up. Don't let Ryan Tannehill know that stat. He will fuck it up. Ryan Tannehill's a quarterback for the Titans. He'll fuck it up. Yeah. Then there was one more stat on this one that I was like, this is cool. Deshaun Watson and David Njoku were both fined $13,659 for using finger guns in their touchdown celebration. They were imitating violence.
Most expensive finger gun.
That's
$14,000.
Yeah, I was about to say double it because there's 2 of us because they each paid it. So
28,000, almost 30,000.
Fuck, I don't have that.
I don't have that either.
I don't have that.
No, I don't have that.
Can I just no? I wasn't doing finger. I was just doing sign language interpretation
I was pointing at you.
I was pointing at you. I was pointing at you, and my gloves are in the shape of a gun. Yeah, that sucks. Come on now. We can't be. I mean, I guess. Can you imagine if they like super real with it, and then like some of the linemen were like pretending to do homework, and then like Deshaun Watson like breaks it.
Oh
like,
my God, that's awful. It's a whole scene. That I can see getting fined $14,000. That's distasteful.
That's
not tasteful.
That's $14,000. That's damn near you could get kicked out of the league. All right, I guess now when you think about that, if you kick a person out of the league for imitating an SS. Then boom. Yeah. 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 Oh, this is
That's
good
terrible.
podcasting. This is good podcasting right here.
Ooh,
Should we talk about the best game of the weekend?
it was pretty cool.
Cameron, run the fucking clip. Run the clip of the best game of the weekend.
I'm sick in the head. I'm on them Broward County Tic Tacs.
Down and goal. Oh, look at that shovel pass. A-Chain.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man. We smoking shit in a glass pipe, blowing the Lord's bubbles.
Keep going. Keep going. Touchdown. A-Chain. No, that's Mark getting goal. Shovel pass. A-Chain. Touchdown. B2 White going deep. Oh, he's got it. Chosen.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
First sit. You can kiss him goodbye.
I don't give a fuck if I go blind. I don't need to see the price tag anyway.
Facts, dude. Enough said, really, right? Unless this game must have set records, right? Cameron, stat blast our asses real quick.
So this game, or at least the Dolphins, tied for third most points scored in an NFL game.
Behind,
you got the Bears in 1940. They had 73 points. Washington in 1966 with 72 points. And then the Rams in 1950 with also 70. So it's been a while. It's been a long time.
it is absolutely
it's pretty crazy.
Astounding the way that the Broncos gave up. Like you have to not be bought into a system. First off, okay, to get beat that bad, it's kind of also like a statement. Mike McDaniels, although he was running the rock, there was a time where they were up 35-10 at the time. 35-10. They're up 25 points. They could kick a field goal, go up 28. He fucking scored a touchdown. And at that moment in time, I was like, oh, it's personal. It's personal. Like they're definitely punching it down the field. And then the stat that kind of was crazy to me, they scored on their first 8 possessions of the game, right? And then they bring in their backup quarterback, don't even know his name, throws a deep-ass touchdown to Robbie Anderson there at the end. Kind of like a meaningless one. But at the same time, you're like, this backup came in and was like, oh, I'm making a highlight play right now. The Broncos have given up. We're going deep, coach. Gunslinger time. Call all goes because I'm scoring.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy to score 70 points in a game.
I mean, it's
a lot.
If you had the over in this one, you were sitting pretty.
Oh,
I think it was over was like 56.5 or something.
Got that.
God
Dolphins
damn.
got that.
They were fucking on fire. Okay. Now we're moving on to the afternoon slate. That was a long morning slate there, but hey, NFL, do better. I don't know what to tell you. Do better. We're going to go on to the Seahawks versus the Panthers. The Seahawks defeat the Panthers 37-27. Panthers had a chance. Panthers had a somewhat chance, okay, except they just were very, very undisciplined. Cameron, hit me with the stat of undisciplinedness.
8 false start penalties.
It was loud.
8. I was reading that the Seahawks stadium used to do like a tally counter for how many false starts they can get on the opposing team.
And
they should bring it back because that's a lot.
They should bring it back. That's a dope thing to have.
Yeah.
When I announce at Vegas, okay, and Las Vegas High School, for those of you who don't know, I'm the announcer there. I get it fucking loud on third downs. As loud as I can with about 75 people. 75 to 150 people. It gets loud. Because I pump that fucking system. We play in Hell's Bells. Third downs, okay? And sometimes, especially when my brother was playing there, and we had a lot more people in the crowds, I wish I could have fucking counted it, because I think I accounted one season for 8 false start penalties on a third down.
Eesh.
8. And sometimes it was the delay game too, because it was something where, like, I was keeping track of it mentally. I was like, even if it wasn't super loud and they couldn't hear it, I at least set the environment of, like, be afraid. You know what I mean? And I think the Seahawks fans do it better than anybody. The way that stadium is set up, it's really vertical, I've heard. And it's just easy to create a lot of sound coming down into one area. It's like an amphitheater type situation. 8 fucking penalties, 8 false start penalties. A lot. That is a very undisciplined team that was hurting for their rookie quarterback, Bryce Young. I knew going into this season, Andy Dalton was going to be starting. I did not think that they would start with Bryce Young first. I really, really think that the winning recipe is to save a rookie quarterback until he becomes a sophomore year, possibly even third year in the league, then bring him in. Patrick Mahomes, prime example, had to wait an entire year behind Alex Smith. Look how good he is. Okay. There's some quarterbacks that when they have that time and that rest, I hate to say it, Jordan Love, he fucking was right behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 years. He comes in, he's pretty stout. All right. He at least looks very, very comfortable in his process. The Panthers could have done that, but they've elected now to, as soon as Bryce Young is healthy, they're going to replace him. And this is a team being 0-3 that, like Cameron and I were talking about, your Super Bowl hopes, your playoff hopes, kind of fucking out the window at this point. Now, the NFC South is a pretty Wild West division. If the Broncos go 3-0 tomorrow, holy fucking shit. Like, do you bring Bryce Young back? I don't know. Let him get healthy. Let him learn a little bit more of the game and the flow of the game. People always talk about this in the basketball world, and it works the same in all sports. When you're a rookie, that clock that you set for yourself, that mental calendar of, like, this is the way that I feel in November. This is the way that I'm supposed to feel in October. Ideally, you want to feel your greatest December going into January, because then you win a couple of games, boom, before you know it, you're in the Super Bowl. So he may need to learn that process. Not saying the Panthers are going to make it that far so that he would learn that postseason process, but it's very, very important for a rookie to understand that that way that the schedule flows and the way that you should feel and the way that a full year and full season of practice weighs on you. The Panthers are in trouble. The Seahawks, though, Their running back, Kenneth Walker, 97 rushing yards, 59 receiving yards. DK Metcalf and Geno Smith were kind of connecting today a little more regularly. They're a team that's going to put up points, but they also, like I've said previous shows, they give up just equally as many points. If the Panthers had a semblance more of an understanding that Andy Dalton is the man, and they would have had a lot more reps with Andy Dalton as the starting quarterback, I think they possibly win this game. I think they possibly win a couple of the other games that they've been in too. But you're dealing with a rookie, Bryce Young. Now we're on his timetable. It's a bad news for that Panthers franchise, because what happens? What happens if you have the worst record in the league? Caleb Williams is there. You have Bryce Young. Now you're going to pass him up. You know, and in a league where, you know, quarterback's the most important position, what if Caleb Williams goes on to be the greatest quarterback of that draft class and it's just a stout stud, right? And you had Bryce Young that you played all fucking year long. At least by then you would know if he's bad or not. Yeah. It would be very interesting to see if they go, okay, we're actually going to draft Caleb Williams and we'll trade Bryce Young. And, you know, you see the way that works. But, hey, this is not – I'm glad we're having this conversation now, because it is something that can resurface later on, and I'm glad I'm able to work out my thoughts on this. It is a possibility. Caleb Williams will be the number 1 draft pick overall. So, that being said, on to the game. This was the biggest shocker of the weekend, right? And I think we all know The Bears losing to the Chiefs 41-10 is the biggest shocker of the weekend. We came into this game thinking, oh my gosh, Travis Kelce is going to be distracted. Oh my gosh. T Swift could possibly be in the building. Cameron, let's fucking go on a little rant about T Swift right now. Okay?
No.
She's not that important.
I don't get it. I don't get all the hullabaloo over their relationship. Even if there isn't. I don't know.
Travis Kelce. Okay.
The hoopla about it.
Has Travis Kelce kissed her?
I don't know. Probably. Maybe on a third date kind of thing.
I'm grilling you.
She seems like the kind of woman. It's a third date is when you start kissing.
Okay. So
I don't know.
has Travis Kelce through messaging secured a picture of maybe a little more risque photo of her?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably, I'd say yes. That's a good chance. I know, but again, I don't know. She seems like your mom was saying, a girl next door kind of thing, where she's kind of like sweet and proper. I know nothing about her, obviously, but she could be the craziest person or like the wildest woman in the world. You have no idea.
Travis
Maybe.
Kelce's mom didn't seem like they were getting along too well. Okay. Do you see how much we're talking about the Chiefs-Bears game here? There's no need to talk about it. The Bears are a fucking dumpster fire. There's a lot of things. I'm going to be making a clip this week going a little more in detail about what's going on with the Bears defense coordinator, how he kind of had a leave of absence. Now he's resigned from the team. Yeah.
Juicy.
Then they
What
had
happened?
shit stolen from their facility this past week. This past
No
week in
way.
Bears history has been just like one of the worst weeks possible.
What was stolen?
I don't know. A lot of equipment.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Would we say it's the guy who's on a leave of absence? A little vengeful kind of spite.
What? Oh, what guy on a leave of
I don't know.
absence?
You're the person, the coordinator you're just talking about, or whoever.
Oh shit!
He's on a leave of absence. He resigns, steals all this equipment, he sells it, or
What if
he's going to start
pawned
his
it?
own football team with this equipment.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna make the Bears 2.0, and I'm gonna
This
do it.
team's going to be better.
I'm
Step one, steal equipment.
Step one, steal equipment. Step
Leave of
two,
absence.
pawn equipment to pay myself because I'm that important. Step three, find new equipment.
Find players. Okay.
Go to local Pop Warner games and sign
Start
10-year-olds.
Scouting.
Start scouting young. Wow, that's funny as fuck. Obviously, that game wasn't the game that was the shocker of the weekend. The game that was the shocker of the weekend is the Cardinals defeating the Cowboys 28-16 in a game in which the Cowboys, the line opened up at like 12. It went down to 11. Final line that I got it at, screw myself, right? Minus 12.5 is where I took them.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you a picture real quick. There was a guy that I got a chance to meet at the not Contender Series, at the John Jones UFC fight when John Jones fought Cyril Gane. And I'm just gonna go up there. I'm just gonna hold it up to the camera here. I know what you're thinking. Kind of hard to see him there, okay? Because it's like a red photo. Josh Dobbs. Okay? Josh fucking Dobbs. I shook his hand, took a piss next to the dude. Saw him when I got out of the bathroom, okay? Respectfully. Was like, I like your craft, man. Really liked when you played at Tennessee.
Wait, so you pee next to him, you're next to him in the bathroom, pee next to him, and you're like, oh shit, that's Josh Dobbs. And then you waited to go out of the bathroom and you're like, well,
Real
I like
talk,
your stuff.
I was pretty sauced. I was like, oh my God, that dude has no eyebrows.
you said, who's this man?
And then I
that
was
would
like,
be weird to approach him in the bathroom.
but then it's also
while
like
peeing.
his most noticeable feature. And then once I like kind of like did a double take, I was like, oh, that's Josh Dobbs. So yeah. Then obviously
finish
you're not
paying.
gonna, you're not
That's
gonna.
weird. Is it weird?
Yeah, it's super weird.
I feel
Super
that's
weird.
a nice time to get to know someone.
Not to be like, hey, can I take a picture with you when we get out of here?
If you're free after this, can
If
we
you're free,
can we
can
just
we-
take a quick pic?
I have a football podcast. I'd love to have you on. Weird. I pick my moments, okay? I took a picture with the starting quarterback of the Cardinals who had the biggest upset of the weekend here. The Cardinals were a team that I was like tank central. Fucking A, the Cardinals could be 3-0 if they didn't choke a fat Jimmy Wang against the Giants. But right, because the Cardinals won week 1, right? I have to. No, who did the Cardinals play week 1? I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot, but they were competitive week 1.
Let's see.
I know that for a fact. They were competitive.
Cardinals and Broncos. Oh yeah, they did win. They won 18-17 against the Broncos.
It was a it was a.
And then the Chiefs. They lost against the Chiefs last week.
The Cardinals.
Yeah. Cardinals lost against the Chiefs. Wait.
No. You're looking at the wrong team, sweetheart. You're
no.
Fake news.
I was looking at the preseason. My apologies.
You're looking at the preseason. My apologies. Why can't
they lost to the Commanders week 1, 20-16.
Yes. They lost to the Commanders.
They were
should have won that game.
Going into this.
Should have won that game. Lost to the Giants. Should have won that game. Then they beat the perennial, if you're going to do the power rankings of the NFL, the Cowboys. Fucking whooped them. Like James Conner, I had told people before the year started going in as a fantasy player, it's always good to have the best player on a shitty team. James Conner went off this game. And so if you were to follow that recipe, you'd actually have a pretty successful day in fantasy. Not much else to talk about other than I'm a little lost to know if okay, is this the real Cowboys, right? Or is it just like every dog has its day? Because the Cowboys at least established one thing for me. They're not a real good play from behind type of team. Like when it looked like they needed to push the ball downfield, it looked like they were struggling to do so. Tony Pollard can't be the only workhorse. I see Dak Prescott not connecting with CeeDee Lamb enough. You just can't go into that game versus a team that's 0-2 and put up that type of performance. Like, to me, when I saw the line, when I saw the opening kickoff, I was like, damn, the Cowboys just look like a way better team. And then before I knew it, bang, bang, boom, Cardinals. Fucking put them in handcuffs. The Cardinals really dominated this game. Score, not indicative of how bad the Cardinals whooped that ass. It should have been a lot worse. Last game of the day was the team that I'm wearing right now. The Raiders. Sunday Night Football in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Steelers defeated the Raiders 23-18.
Dang.
Only stat you need to know from the night. Only stat. Jimmy Garoppolo, 3 interceptions.
That's not good.
Not on Sunday Night Football. Not at the home opener for the Raiders.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Uncle Kiki was fired up. And now I'm afraid to call him. I wonder if I was to, you know what? This will be a good way to get a wrap up the show. Remember, we didn't do the betting recap, so we're going to do the betting recap as a clip. But let me see if I can get Uncle Kiki on the line here and have him tell me how the game went. Let's see. What do you think he's going to say? Who do you think he's going to blame? Josh McDaniels?
The NFL.
100% Josh McDaniels.
The NFL's fixed.
NFL's fixed. That's a good one. Oh, Kiki, please answer.
Here we go.
Please answer, Kiki. Come on. Come on.
Your call has been
Fuck.
Maybe Odie, but you don't want.
Oh, you know what? I am going to call the Big O. Let me call the Big O. Because she was also at the game. Who do you think the Big O's going to blame? Who do you think the Big O's?
Hey, George.
What's up, Odie?
Hey, nothing much. What's up?
Hey, I just was calling because I'm recording Gridiron Junkeez right now, and I kind of wanted to get a first-person perspective of what happened tonight.
They suck.
So you were in attendance, yes?
Yeah, we were there, but let me tell you something. I mean, you know me, I'm not an expert. You'd have to talk to your uncle about it. because he could tell you play by play. But even as we were leaving, they're down by 8 and he scores a field goal. Help me understand.
Oh yeah, the Raiders late game field goal.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, we gotta score a touchdown. Did Kiki not answer because he's just like processing the loss?
No, he's eating. I just served him a breakfast before. I'll tell him to call you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, well, tell him, like, we're on the show right now, so if he can...
Okay, I'll tell him to call you right now, if he can.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. What's funny is they're in the same house.
Yeah, I don't know why she just didn't
She
hand
could
the
have just
phone.
took the phone over to Kiki, and I could
let
have...
me ask him. He's going to be like, I'm eating. I can't. I'm eating. I'll call him after.
Is that G-Money? I'm on Gridiron Junkeez?
I said, no, I can't do it. I'm eating.
Gee, you caught me at a bad time. TJ Watt's going to be in my nightmares. I mean, Kiki does give me some pretty A1 Raiders analysis when I call him in after games like this. So, like, I'm willing to, we're going to see here. Oh, I'm on sleep mode, so hopefully he didn't call between that. Oh, isn't that the worst? The sleep mode?
Whatever your phone is always on,
Do not disturb.
I hate trying to get in contact with you. It's impossible. At least for me. His fiance, the one he lives with, it's a 12-step process to fucking get an answer from him.
12-step process. Is there a reason why you use 12 steps?
I have to reach his receptionist. I call 12 times. He doesn't answer. Side note.
Yeah, I mean, that's completely
but I don't know if that's sleep
irrelevant.
mode, do not disturb.
Yeah,
he
sometimes.
hates me secretly. I don't know.
Kiki, Odie sent me a text said Kiki is eating and is worked up.
I knew it.
And is worked up.
He's like, I can't talk right now. I'm eating. He fucking knew. I knew it.
I can't. Odie, I can't fucking eat right now. I can't eat and talk.
And the pressure that we're on air right now.
Yeah, it's just it would crumble him. It would crumble him. It's a bad spot. I'll call Kiki back after a football win, after a Raider win. We'll record the. I don't want to do that. I think our okay. So if I was to give an accurate analysis, gee, the fuck are we doing, G? We don't know how to use Devontae Adams. We look weak out there, and Kenny Pickett was dropping it all over the place, and the Raiders just suck. The Raiders suck. Do we bring back Gruden? He'll literally, he'll start going. Do we bring back Gruden? I think we just need a new coach. We need Basasha. Basasha, the year that they made the playoffs after Gruden got fired midway through the season. They need Basasha. Something like that.
That was perfect.
So I know we said that we wouldn't touch any betting, and I know I want to wrap this up here in 2 seconds. So Cameron, if you want to let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me at Cameron Lee 97 on Instagram. There I am. There I will be.
So I did win bets this weekend. I did win some bets because I am positive, all right? But I put a bet in on every game in the morning slate. I didn't tally it up. But the balance is up this week for your boy. I'm betting straight bets. My unit size is $5 right now. If I start stacking, I may go up to $10. But I like the $5 bets just to know, like, hey, all right, I'm a winner.
Like
I'm a loser.
$100 every Sunday, like $150 every Sunday.
Me?
If you did $10 bets on the
$10, yeah.
If you start stacking.
If I start stacking, the world's my oyster.
I'm down to $0 now. This today was my last hope of something to hit, and now I gotta add more money. Isn't that the worst?
Follow me at Gridiron Junkeez.
Do you want to touch base on tomorrow's games?
Follow me at Gridiron Junkeez. Tomorrow's game, quick. Bucks, believe in them. They're going to defeat the Eagles. What's the second game of the slate?
Let's see. We got it.
You got the Bucks taking on the Eagles. The Bucks are going.
Rams and Bengals.
Rams and Bengals. Oh, this one all week I was looking at Rams. Rams are getting points at home, if I'm not mistaken. Like they're underdogs at home on Monday Night Football. If underdogs at home is any indication this week, you should definitely take the underdogs at home. This has been George Carmona from Gridiron Junkeez. I hope to see you all next week when we recap week 4 of the NFL. Make sure you watch Wager Wars 2. Wager Wars comes out every Wednesday. Thanks for love and support. We out.
Ooh.